Our first game of these grand finals. Again, Apprentice has a long road ahead of them right now if they want to win this whole thing.
We see not one, but two characters going into the top path for random esports here. And we see them fighting over this first Dino here with both the Blissies. We see that Zarina notably playing that stacking item in the bottom path, getting those Eos energy deposits to build up its attack stat permanently for the rest of the game.
That was a very fun moment of those two Blissies both realizing they didn't want to touch that because the next one would be able to steal it. Just looking at each other there in the bush for a second thinking, who's going to do this?
Yeah, one of the honestly most interesting things we see here develop in this tournament is this 2-1-2 format that was originally how Pokemon Unite kind of started out, and then the competitive moved away from it. We're now back to it with both Lucario and Hoopa playing in the top path for both teams here.
Well, it's really interesting, Jeff. I mean, the more these teams need to score, the more they need to stack those items, the more you want to try to deny that, right? So we're reacting to all these strategies all the time, and it's very cool to see.
Speaking of strategies and reactions, do you see Zarina on the radar there in the central area for the opposing team, stealing these incredibly valuable buff Pokemon and acquiring additional levels before random esports can get back there and get them for themselves?
Apprentice is making plays right now, and interestingly enough, I think we saw inderClap send their Sylveon down to that bottom path so that it could stop Apprentice from getting the levels that it needed, but they said, Zante's heading into your central area now, get ready.
Love this play from Apprentice. We see Zante now splitting the buffs in their own central areas as well, hitting that power spike that Zarina gets at level 6 early. And are we going to see a 4 top push here from Apprentice? It looks like it.
This has been so common today that a lot of pressure in this top path. Well before Dreadnought and Rotom, there's just a big push up here. I think it's a great strategy to get some stacking items in to deny some experience from a very important top path Pokemon like a Lucario or Machamp. It's been a really interesting play.
Yeah, we see actually a pivot here as Hoopa pulls people down to the bottom path for Apprentice. We kind of see characters from both teams just going all over the map here as Sylveon for random esports kind of venturing in that central area looking for buff Pokemon, but the bees are about to spawn, and this is contestable experience for both teams.
So we've got a level 7 Blissey on the side of inderClaps. I mean, that Bruv there is a bit of a monster. It's got that Egg Bomb. They are ready to secure this Dreadnought here. Coming up in 5 seconds right now. Let's see if Apprentice can stop them.
Yeah, not only is Bruv almost level 8 here, but Apprentice's Blissey has now just barely ticked level 5, and Bruv's about to have their Unite move with this Egg Bomb hit.
Wow, and what a punch there from the Lucario, and then the stomp from Zarina taking down 2. This Dreadnought is getting taken by Apprentice. Big fight.
Yeah, really seeing some of the upside to that Zarina there. Incredible big bursts of damage with this stomp. Stomp, one of the highest attack scaling attacks in the game for these melee characters. When you hit those double stomps back to back, it does over 600% of your attack stat as damage.
You know, characters with a lot of burst damage, Pokemon like Zarina, are incredible into a lot of these situations because while you want to do a lot of damage to the enemy, you want to do it in a big chunk so that hopefully you can take them down before they get a shield or before they get healed. It's really, really important to be able to burst someone down, and that Stomp is doing a great job. Got a big Unite move coming in from Blastoise right here. Do we have a fight? It looked like this Serena was kind of waiting for it, but misses their attacks there and gets taken down.
But appropriately deleted off the map by that Blastoise Unite, followed up by a Lucario push. Looks like this Rotom is going to be contested, but this Rotom not really huge value to either of these teams, with both of the outer goal zones being present here still in the top path.
Yeah, we do have the Lucario going down from both teams right here, but I am with you. I don't think either team really cares too much about this Rotom. They would like it to not go in, but at the same time, it's really not the end of the world for either of them.
Yeah, you see that outer point get broken, those yellow dots spawn on the top left side of the map there. Those are wild Audinos, which provide catch-up experience for your team when one of your goal zones gets pushed. This is why we will frequently see teams decline to this as a bee takes out Hoopa. What a disaster.
Oh, wow. And there goes the Zarina for Apprentice. This has just been non-stop fighting in every path. I mean, this is a really incredible match when it comes to just constant battles between these two teams.
We see here as we're heading on in to the second Dreadnought fight, and neither Hoopa on either team has hit that important level 90. I say as Giz rolls over here, which is a big deal. Having your Hoopa Unite for this fight is huge.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough for Apprentice to deal with. That Hoopa Unite is just so incredible. Not only does it position your team, but you become this huge monster that does so much damage. It looks like they are going to break this point with Lucario getting a big cap in there. 40 points in that bottom goal. And look at the scoreboard here, Jeff. 30 points to 217. I feel like inderClap has got to be feeling pretty good about their position in this match.
Not only has inderClap secured a very dominant point lead, but look at the levels on the left and right side of your screen. A level 12 Blastoise for Random Esports, while Lucario has just barely hit level 11 for Apprentice here. Apprentice looking to catch back up, using their Unite move to push up and maybe catch back up in scores, and perhaps secure a knockout or two here to catch back up in experience.
Wow, and there it goes. Wow, what a stomp right there. I mean, incredible play there by Zarina, and you're right. They really need to pick up some of these KOs right here. They're worth a lot to the team that's behind. If you KO a higher level Pokemon, you get more experience than if you were to KO a lower level Pokemon. So that catch-up experience is big for Apprentice.
We see both teams kind of fanning out across the map to clear all of these yellow dots, which are wild Pokemon, trying to acquire that valuable experience so they can be as strong as possible for the end game fight. Apprentice mostly ignoring this Rotom. It doesn't have much positional value for them since the outside goal on the top is present for inderClap's Random Esports. I expect Apprentice to push this off their point here, though.
Saw a Unite move, pretty late Unite move there. They should be able to charge it back up, but that was about a 3-minute Unite move from this Blastoise, which means that they are going to need to play some Pac-Man, as we talked about before, find those yellow dots and eat them up to make sure that they can secure another Unite move for the Zapdos fight.
It is noteworthy that I do believe Random Esports Blastoise is playing the Energy Amp held item, which will allow it to recharge that Unite move a little bit quicker than it normally would. So I would be very surprised if it's not present again for that Zapdos fight at that 2-minute mark.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they know their timings on this extremely well. This is the team that invented this strategy. I'm sure they have it under control. Looks like we've got Dreadnought going down here to inderClap. No one is going to contest it right now. 20 seconds until our first Zapdos of the grand finals. Apprentice is behind, but the score is getting a little bit closer. The levels are inching a little bit closer, but they're going to need to win a fight here.
Okay, Lucario ticks over to 13, which is an important breakpoint for that character with Apprentice. One real upside to Zarina is that it gets its second plus attack move at level 12, so it's already hit its important breakpoint. But Blastoise for Apprentice here is still only level 12.
Here we go, the Unite move coming down for Apprentice. We have the Hoopa Unite, and it looks like inderClap is just pulling back here. They don't want to engage with this Hoopa right away. Double Blastoises Unite right next to each other, and I still don't think we have a Unite move from the Hoopa on inderClap right now. Well, a lot of damage is being thrown down. 2 go down here for inderClap, 2 down for Apprentice. We're pushing back and forth, but it's a bit of a stalemate right now.
Huge reset here for inderClap, getting back to completely full health. They are down a little bit in terms of points. They are looking to take this objective off the map, but the double stop from Zarina able to swing on in here, and the right side team secures with Red Moss still on that Lucario.
And this is what they do, Jeff. They take these objectives. Every time they know their timings of it so well, they are ready to do this. So Apprentice needed to stop that. They needed to win a big fight there. But unfortunately, it was a bit of a stalemate. Pokemon going down from each side. And finally, once inderClap had the Pokemon advantage in that area, they decided it was time to take down that big bird.
Yeah, they not only had the Pokemon advantage, but again, they had the securing attacks advantage. That power-up punch from Lucario, that Unite move, these attacks deal incredible amounts of damage in one big burst, making them incredibly likely to secure the final hit on the objective, giving your team the bonus for it.
Right now, they're trying to take down a Desu right here, trying to get rid of this Sylveon, but this match is slipping away from Apprentice here. They are going to be down 1 in these grand finals, and inderClap's Random Esports doing what inderClap's Random Esports is known to do. They find the big yellow bird, and they take it down.
can't leave them alone with an objective for even a minute. Heck, sometimes you're babysitting the objective and they just take it away right in front of you here. Very commanding endgame fight for Random Esports there.
I ask you, Jeff, can anyone beat this team? They are just so incredible at what they do. They have found their strategy and no one plays it like them. inderClaps with a big first win here in these grand finals.
Looking to leverage micro here as opposed to a comp advantage.
Here we go, Jeff. inderClaps looking to become your champions right now. Apprentice hanging on. They've got a long road ahead of them. They need to win a lot of games, but this would be the team to do it.
Yeah, we see action breaking out in the bottom path here with Gatlu pushing up. A little bit of a different split here. So same characters on both teams, but Apprentice choosing to have their Blastoise do the full central area rotation while inderClaps Random Esports is doing that kind of patented early push with the Sylveon at level 4.
Yeah, that early Sylveon heading into Path has become such a thing. It's just so incredibly popular and it's so incredibly difficult to deal with. It outputs so much damage, stops Pokemon from scoring. You can chase down and get some KOs. It's a really mean Pokemon early.
We're going to see that first objective. Really strange. Neither team doing the center Audino here until Sylveon finally does it at the 8-minute and 54-second mark here. As the first bees are up and no one is hitting them because they know the Blissey could secure with last hit.
It is really interesting to see that, and here we go. And looking at this, interestingly enough, you know, inderClaps kind of changing up what they're doing a little bit. They're the only team to have put some points on the board, meaning they're the only team to get some stacked. But here we go. It looks like that Wartortle is going to get 3 stacks up here in the top path right now.
Yeah, big push. We see that Wartortle use its eject button to catch up to the opposing Lucario. They're getting rewarded with a knockout for expending that resource. So definitely worthwhile to get those dunks in and get the special attack increase for Blastoise.
That's a stack right there. Can it make it home? Ooh, very nice dash making it home.
We see Blissey kind of solo pushing in the bottom path here, which is something that I did not expect, but has happened a lot this weekend. Just the last hitting potential of this support character, so good at contesting even multiple opponents in key spots.
Yeah, not only can it get amazing, whoa, big KO right there. Not only can it get amazing last hits, Jeff, but at the same time, it can put a shield on itself and walk away or walk right into you.
Yeah, we see 4 top here for Random Esports. Is a Daisu pushing off. We have those second set of bees getting ready to spawn here at the 7-minute and 20-second mark. And Red Maw is here with Lucario, but notably, they are a power punch and not typically extreme speed.
Ooh, and here we go. Wartortle coming in here doing some real damage, trying to take down this Sylveon, but nothing seems to be able to stop it. Even the other one screaming at it. No KOs here. inderClaps is able to retreat, and now they are all moving down to this bottom path through that Hoopa portal, and they are ready for Dreadnought.
First objective coming up here. We are team fighting and not flipping, it looks like, as Wartortle spins on through. Wartortle goes down here. It would be huge for inderClaps. First knockout going the way of Apprentice here, though.
Boy, and look at how low everyone is secured by the Blissey. There we go. Apprentice looking really good in this fight, taking out multiple members of inderClaps.
Not only getting that Dreadnought, but also getting those knockouts, as Spraygulls pointed out. You see everybody pile up on the point. They're waiting for that Hoopa portal to pull them into the top path so they can start rotating to where there are not only wild Pokemon, but also this Rotom potentially, should they want to take that objective off the board.
And it looks like actually inderClaps right here does want to take this down. Maybe they just want to get rid of it quickly here, or maybe they actually do want to push it in, get some points into that top path goal. Let's take a look here.
We see Rotom pushing forward. Will it get in? We see Unite Move from Blastoise trying to keep that out of the goal, pushing up, getting a couple of knockouts here. Rotom not worth a ton in terms of value as the Sylveon tries to survive with its Unite Move, which gives an incredible amount of sustain.
Wow, and you know, Apprentice is looking really great in this second match here, Jeff. You know, I feel like they didn't need this Rotom. They were able to fight the enemy back pretty well here. However, here comes a big Unite move from inderClaps. Are they able to take something down here? Just trying to spin on him right now, but they're not able to get a KO there.
We see Bruv's pregame ritual here, asking his squad, is he allowed to play something other than Blissey? And I gotta agree with Bruv Squad. Blissey is just a powerhouse in this current patch. It last hits, it provides unstoppability to itself and a teammate. Just a key part of all of these compositions.
As someone who often plays a supporter or defender role, I am often also on Blissey duty, but I gotta tell you, I love it. It's one of my favorite Pokemon to play.
I mean, there's something incredibly satisfying about lugging giant eggs across the battlefield, not only being disruptive, but also stealing objectives right out of the hands of the opposing team. Huge pickup here if Adesu goes down, but they make it out, hitting that movement speed barrier before they can reset here.
And here we go. We've got a big fight. We've got the Hoopa Unites from both teams coming in. There's a ton of damage coming out on Dreadnought right now, and it's secured right there by Apprentice. Gets to take it down. However, that Lucario does go down for its trouble. Both Lucarios getting KO'd right here as Unite moves are coming from both teams. Everyone getting knocked up. This Blastoise is chasing them all the way home. Big, mean turtle is cruel, and it's able to get 1 KO here.
Yeah, incredible damage from the Rapid Spin there, really highlighting why Blastoise can be the attacker or central area of choice as it just deletes member after member from Random Esports here today.
And it looks like Apprentice has decided that they are tired of having that goal up. It will be taken down.
The Apprentice bringing the score in line here. Both teams having one outside goal down with a little bit of that catch-up experience present as the brawl continues in the bottom path. Bruv is able to escape momentarily here, though.
You know, for Apprentice, they're the ones picking up inderClap's strategy right here, and they are playing it very, very well, Jeff.
Yep, we'll see here that Rotom is likely to walk in here, and if it does, we get that 30 overcap from Lucario. At this point, we're at the 3-minute and 30-second mark, so the extra dinos that are going to spawn will provide minimal value at simply only happening twice before the Zapdos happens at the end of the game.
Speaking of 3 minutes, 30 seconds here, that means we are close to possibly inderClaps becoming your grand champions right here. But Apprentice is fighting. They've got some heart here, and they're playing extremely well in this match.
Yeah, not only is Apprentice finding themselves up points here as we head on in closer to the final stretch, but they're also up on levels. Level almost 13 Blastoise, while Blastoise for Random Esports is still at level 10. Lucario and Sylveon both hitting 12 as well for Apprentice, so just solid commanding lead across the board here for them.
Now, I know that Random wants this. They really want this extra experience, but it's just such a hard fight for them to take. I think they're probably, well, I was going to say probably not going to come back, but here they are. They're going for this Dreadnought with a big Unite move. They're coming in to fight right now, Jeff.
These Unite moves here are incredible. I wonder, is this Blastoise going to be able to farm its Unite move back up for inderClap there? They ultimately did not get their get the objective.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did get a Unite from Shelvin as well. So both teams throwing a Blastoise Unite in that moment here. Both of them right now looking for some experience. Shelvin actually positioning themselves. It looks like Apprentice is ready to go here, picking up some Corpus, just trying to get that Unite back. But I feel like, yeah, here comes the full-on attack towards Zapdos right now. Who can get the big secure? It is Apprentice. The Hoopa takes it.
It's looking like we might be heading to a game 3 here as there are 5 members from each team up, and that Zapdos debuff is going to mean that all of Apprentice is likely to dunk their 100 points, while on inderClap's side, not all of them are going to be able to get in before people like Lucario and Hoopa can get back to start stopping them. We have a 200-point lead for Apprentice as we head on in. 300 almost point lead with Blissey scoring here as well.
Wow, this game is not over, but boy, oh boy, Apprentice has put a lot of points on the board. There's still a ton of time left here. Blissey going down. It's going to be down for 20 seconds right now. Obviously, inderClaps here. They need to get a lot of experience. They need to charge up their Unite moves. They need to make sure they have enough Eos energy to score, and they need to win a huge fight.
Notably here that both Blastoises are going to have their Unite moves for this re-engage since they both use them at that 2-minute and 30-second mark. The knockout on Lucario is huge here. So not only does Random Esports need to push, but they need to push while they are down a player, which is unlikely to be particularly successful.
Yeah, that Lucario knockout was massive. Unfortunately, just caught a little bit before they wanted to fight right there. Without Lucario in this moment, I think Apprentice has this pretty well sewn up. And in fact, it looks like inderClaps is kind of pulling back here, maybe trying to charge their Unite move so that Hoopa can bring that Lucario in. But we do have Gecko Kami here for Apprentice, scoring a few more points in the goal, just making it a little bit harder. I think we saw some dancing. Is it dancing time or is it fighting time?
Dance if they want to, because there are no more points to score this game, as we see an almost 300-point lead for Apprentice here, running on in to have some fun. Some pretty colors and Unite moves pop off. We are heading to a game 3 and what could potentially be our first match of this grand finals.
Wow, incredible right there. Apprentice pulling out the strategy that beat them in game 1. They're saying we can do it. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you, inderClaps Random. And here we go. We see Gotlu heading into that central area. They are the one taking down that Lillipup, but I don't know if they're going to be the only ones getting all of that center there.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested to see what the split looks like here, as we have just dueling Blissies here in the bottom path. We see Brubs kind of stopping the hit. Blissy's boosted attack mechanic, very unique. It's one that comes up after a set amount of time, not a set amount of attacks.
Boy, they didn't take either buff in their central area, Jeff. inderClaps decided instead just to grab Lillipup, head down, take some of the enemy Audinos there. I mean, this is a really interesting strategy. It kind of looks like my solo queue matches.
And then we see Hoopa, of all things, being like, oh, I guess no one's going to do the central area. I'll do it, I guess. Hoopa weakened the buffs, and Blastoise is going back in to clean up the last hits on them, it looks like. Interesting.
And now we have 4 heading top here for inderClaps right now, getting ready for another big fight up here. And here they come. Sylveon coming up to start screaming at him a little bit, but they are getting pushed back. Apprentice having to run on home. Get out of here, inderClaps said. Those are RPs, but they do lose Hoopa for it, and now they're being chased out.
We see Gatlu immediately going on into the central area for Apprentice with that fluffy tail, and even just, honestly, tackle. It is far more likely to secure a last hit here, but I believe it missed that one there.
It might have. It has the red buff. I'm not sure if it got that earlier or it got it now.
It had a red buff out of their own central area for sure. It's split
either
it with
way.
the Blastoise earlier. Oh, this might get taken down. This would be huge.
Yeah. Big takedown right there. But you know, that's what Greedent's doing. It's spending a lot of time annoying everyone. And it was bothering 2 members of Apprentice that entire time. Redmaw trying to make it home here, but they are in a bad position. Can they get out? Oh my gosh, it's so close. And they don't.
Perhaps should have stayed hidden in the grass for a moment longer there before the portal could warp them back home. Thankfully, knockout timers are really low at this stage of the game, as we see Gatlu running around in the bottom path.
Here we go, getting ready for these Vs that come up at 720 right now. And this is an interesting strategy. They don't have their class. Ooh, big KO right there for Redmaw, taking down the Lucario for Apprentice here. They don't have their Sylveon. I wonder how this is going to play out.
Yeah, not only is that knockout huge for the experience that they get, but it takes the Lucario off the board for Apprentice before these Bs spawn, meaning that Random Esports is going to essentially get uncontested Bs in the top path, scaling up their levels even more.
Here we go. Everyone getting ready. Everyone's showing up early. They're lined up. They all want to see Dreadnought. They all want to get the big KO. Tons of damage being put down on it, but it's Blissey who secures it there for inderClaps. Brub with the big secure.
Yeah, while the objective went the way of Random Esports, the team fight really did not, with 2 of their members going down and not getting any knockouts in return, I say, as Lucario goes a little bit deep there and ultimately gets punished for it.
Here we go. We've got Shelvin heading to that central area. They want to become Blastoise here. They need to get there very, very soon. Both teams don't yet have a Blastoise. Both teams sending them to that central area so that they can evolve.
You see a little bit of a push up top here, perhaps wanting to try and break this outside point before they knock out that Rotom. Rotom, again, just having so much more value if it's marching down towards the opponent's second goal zone instead of just breaking this top one.
Look at that sneaky Unite move from Blastoise here on inderClaps. I mean, they waited in that bush right there. They waited for the enemy to come just a little too close where they wouldn't expect Blastoise to be. Then they took it down. Redmaw now going to try to secure this Rotom for their team so it can walk down towards the side of Apprentice.
Yeah, not only will this Rotom create a little bit of map pressure, but it'll be a distraction as we head on in towards the second Dreadnought, depending on how quickly Apprentice is able to take it off the board. Bees are spawning here as well.
So teams are continuing to fight in this bottom path over experience, but after inderClaps broke that top goal for Apprentice, they do not have to worry about that fight anymore. There's experience for them to grab, but now they do have to deal with the fact that they have less of their map available to them. It's harder to move around, and inderClaps is able to push in on them with a mean Pokemon like Greed.
All right, Apprentice's Hoopa hitting that level 9 power spike, and not a moment too soon here. It's going to respawn and then book it right down to this Dreadnought in the bottom. Both teams have their Hoopa Unite for the second Dreadnought. There are about to be a lot of flashing colors and punching hands on your screen.
Here comes the Unite move. We've got all the damage being thrown down by Lucario right now. This is just going down. Whoa! Stolen! Apprentice steals it with the Blissey! Getting pushed back for their trouble, but man, oh man, here comes the Blastoise Unite to save it. Big, big play there by Apprentice.
Yeah, kind of a Hail Mary egg as Apprentice was a little bit late to show up to that objective, but gonna convert on it nicely here as they push up on this point. Can the Blastoise Unite keep them out? It looks like it can. Nice. Full reset for 3 characters there for Apprentice, getting out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, that hyperspace hole is just amazing. Sending everyone back, they get completely healthy. And when you have these bulky Pokemon like Blissey and Blastoise, I mean, they can be healing thousands and thousands and thousands of hit points.
Yeah, we see heading to the top path, everybody just kind of fanning out, clearing all of the yellow dots off the map, trying to get as much experience as they possibly can. Both teams fairly even in experience in this game, with each of them getting 1 Dreadnought objective.
Both quite even experience, both quite even score. This is a real close one right here. I have to feel like Apprentice feels pretty good about how this match is going. This is definitely a match they could win, but inderClaps does not want to let them reset this bracket. They want to send them home right now, Jeff.
If you're Apprentice, you don't really care about this Rotom objective in the top. inderClap still has their point. We could send someone up there and get it, but if they didn't get it, it would have been a deal. What would be a big deal is if we can get either of these knockouts here, but ooh, Redmaw comes back up. Did they overstep? The slow there from the water spouts. Oh, close, 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 and they're out. Huge escape from Redmaw. Would have been big experience if Blastoise could have gotten that KO there.
That's right. What a moment right there. But they were able to push the Rotom in, break the goal. Not a huge break. It's one of the unfortunate things about that Rotom when the enemy has that top goal up. It does not give you much value at all unless you haven't scored anything there. And here we have our final Dreadnought. Apprentice is ripping it right now, putting tons of damage on it. We've got inderClaps trying to fight back right here. Eggs coming from both sides. Eggs are the new secure. They are the new secure, Jeff.
Notably, Gatlu not present for that engagement, looking to be clearing wild Pokemon, working towards their 13 in the top path. Really strange third Dreadnought looking at the map. Both teams still having up their outside points in this bottom area will make positioning at the Zapdos a little bit different than it usually is.
Here we go. We are in the championship moments of this match. 10 seconds until Zapdos. 10 seconds until possibly inderClaps is able to secure another Grand Finals victory, or could Apprentice upset them right now? Zapdos has spawned.
We get a notification here for the players letting them know that they are behind if they are on the Apprentice side. We see the objective getting deleted in the center with inderClaps. Random Esports doing what they do best and ultimately securing that bird before they start raining in these hundreds of points worth of AOS energy here.
Yeah, hundreds of points coming in right now. This is going to make them 366. We got 466, but we do have points on the side of Apprentice. They want to get back in this game as best they can. There's a minute 30 left on the clock, but it looks like they're actually being stopped from scoring right now.
This knockout on the Blastoise is absolutely devastating. The Blissey goes down as well here. They're knocked out until 1 minute into the game, meaning they're going to need to respawn and book it as fast as they possibly can across the map to try and put some kind of last push together. But remember, when you get knocked out, you also drop Eos energy that you're carrying, and they are down almost 450 points. They need to collect their points and push now.
Got it. Grab Eos energy, get Unite moves, knock out every member of inderClaps, and score in 1 minute. It's gonna be tough. It's not impossible, but boy, this is their moment. If they want to win this tournament, they need to win this big fight right here. They're forming up for it. Lucario has not made it down here yet. Blastoise fighting. We have a Unite move coming out from Green, and they're just pushing them back. Green trying to get any KO it can. Any KO means that Apprentice really can't win this thing. Sending him back through the hyperspace hole. They are all full health right now. This is great for Apprentice. Gatlu going down from inderClaps. Okay, we have one Pokemon down right now, Jeff. We have the Unite moves coming out. Redmaw's going down, but the clock is ticking. 10 seconds left. There's not enough time to score. inderClaps is going to take this tournament. They are your grand finals champions once again.
What a fantastic showing there, showing us why time and time again, inderClaps Random Esports are our EU champions, giving us a final score tally of just 130 to 566 as they secure yet another Zapdos and another victory.